one potentially when you're making a deal like this, whether it's the Sacramento Kings trying to figure that out or the Milwaukee been discussed early on in this process.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the hard part is that the Bucks are really missing out on a tough, good basketball player that really could have helped their team get better. The thing that they've been trying to add the most is shooting and playmaking. And with Drew Holiday, of course they did that. But this kid would have added more of that, and that would have solidified their team a little more to give them a chance to retain Giannis.
I agree. I think it would have took them over the top if they would have been able to, if the deal would have went through to actually win the championship. And I said that with him in the lineup, they actually have the best, they would have had the best starting five in the game today. But it goes to show me that somebody's about to get a big bag. Somebody's about to get his lettuce. That's what it goes to show me. He's about to sign a huge deal in his free agency. So, I mean, you know, I can't knock that because I always preach to the younger guys and that was coming in up under me is that sometimes we get caught up in, you know, that basketball is entertainment, but it's a job. And your first priority is to get your money and secure your future, and then everything else falls second and third and fourth and so forth.
Yeah, and look, it's going to be restricted free agency for him, so anything that he does go out and get from another team, the Kings have the opportunity to match if they want to, but it does change. As you say, that roster you were so high on earlier this week, Perk. I want to remind everyone what the Giannis Supermax extension would look like. Now, he can sign this before the start of the season. That would give him an extra $83 million that he can't get anywhere else. But he could also elect to just wait a year, see how this season goes with the Bucks. Remember, he will still be Supermax eligible next summer, so he's not necessarily deciding to leave this on the table, just possibly postponing it by an offseason. Do you think after all the changes this week, Perk, is Giannis more or less likely to stay with the Bucks and to sign that deal this summer instead of waiting till next summer?
I think he's going to sign this summer. I think he's going to sign soon, and here's why. Drew Holiday was the deciding factor. And I think the guy that moved the goalposts for this situation. And here's why. When you look at it, the Clippers were trying to get Drew Holiday. The Lakers were trying to get Drew Holiday. The Nets were trying to get Drew Holiday. The Celtics, everyone knows the value of Drew Holiday. And add Drew Holiday to this Milwaukee Bucks makes them a contender automatically, and they have an elite big three. And now Giannis could go to someone down the stretch that could close out games. And I think he's satisfied with just the addition of Drew Holiday along with already having Chris Middleton.
Well, Perk, look, I agree with you that I think he's likely to sign the extension, but if it were me, I would take a wait-and-see approach because of literally what we just talked about. The fact that Bogdanovich is not there. Look, Drew Holiday is an excellent player. He's actually a very good player. But he went for a haul that was similar to Paul George, who's a six-time All-Star as opposed to a one-time All-Star. That deal looked a lot better when it included Bogdan Bogdanovich as part of a larger deal. If I'm Giannis, I would sit and wait because, again, to Rachel's point, he could sign this same deal a summer from now. Like, I don't think that there's any reason to rush into this. I'd like to see what this roster looks like and what my championship aspirations look like in Milwaukee before putting pen to paper.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, Drew Holiday is a heck of a player. He definitely filled an important position for them. But Giannis does not have to rush this decision. You saw that Kevin Durant ended up signing a big deal still after injury, and that's usually the fear for players that's going into big money max deals like this. And so I think no matter what, Giannis is still going to be a max regardless of what happens. So he doesn't have to rush it. But I think the Bucks are hoping that their actions that they're taking are going to show him that they're serious about building a championship around him. Not just the Drew Holiday deal, but the deal they tried to make. The fact that they're out there actively trying to improve this team is showing Giannis that they're serious about keeping him there.
Yes.
And look, none of us can get inside Giannis's head or heart. What's important to him might be slightly different than what's important to all of us. There's definitely an appeal. I understand it, especially if you grew up Bye.